Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is EDATE, and in today's video we're going to be learning one of Excel's most useful topic, which is the date functions. We're going to learn the different types of date functions and how you can apply them to your day-to-day Excel work. So if this is your first time on my channel, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and leave a comment below. I would really love to hear from you. Alright, let's get right into the video. Okay, so I already have an Excel sheet with all the date functions. So I'm just going to input the formulas. So we'll start with today. So for today, we're just going to input today equal to today. So today will basically return the date for today. Open bracket and close it. So this is today's date. And then for now return both today's date and also the time. So say equal to now. And close the bracket, enter. So it gave us both the date and time. So now we have this date. We want to extract day from this date. So what we're going to do is we say equal to day, open bracket, and select the cell containing the date. Then we'll close the bracket, press enter. We'll also do same for month. We want to extract the month. To say equal to month. Press enter. So we have the month, and equally do same for year, equal to year. Select the cell, close the bracket, and press enter. So we have a day, month, and year. So let's say, for instance, you're working on a particular data set and the dates came in different columns, like it's divided, the date is separate, month separate, and year separate. So you want to bring them together in one column. So have your date column. So all you need to do is you say equal to date. So first of all, it says we select the year, comma, the month, comma, and then the day. Then close the bracket, press enter. So we have the date together. So moving on to the next, we want to subtract some days from today's date. Today's date is 24th of October 2025, and we want to add 5 days to it. So all we need to do is to say equal to this plus this, enter. So this is just basic addition and subtraction, so long as it's days you're adding. So we'll also do same for the minus. You want to subtract 7 days from this day, to just say equal to. So you can equally say this and then minus. You can equally type 7. You don't have to write it here and select the column, the cell. So whichever one you do is fine. So you can equally type 7 and then to still give you the same answer. So we have 17th here. So that's for addition and subtraction of days. Moving on to the next, we want to add and subtract months. So this time around, we can't do basic addition and subtraction. We need to use a formula called the EDATE. So for this, we want to add 10 months to today's date. So what we'll do is we'll say equal to EDATE. The start date is today's date. Then the month is 10. You can equally type 10 or select the cell, whichever way you want it, and then close the bracket. So if we add 10 months to today, this is the date. So now we want to subtract 10 months from today. So we also use the EDATE, say equal to EDATE. The start date is this, comma, and then the month is minus 12. You need to add that minus. So it's either you type it minus 12 or you select the column and then you close the bracket. And this is what we have. So moving on to subtraction of months, years, and addition of years as well. So now we want to add 15 years. You know, for days we did just basic addition and subtraction, while for months we use the EDATE function. So for year we're going to use the EDATE as well, but this time around we need to convert the years to months. You don't necessarily have to start doing the maths outside. before you put it here. So all you need to do is just multiply by 12. Whatever, if it's 15 years you want, 15 times 12 would give you 15 years, would give you the years. So we'll say equal to EDATE. The start date is this, bracket 10 times 12, close our bracket. Sorry, 15. The cell is 15, yes, it's 15. So you can equally decide to type it 15 times 12, just like that. So if we add 15 years to today's date, this is what we are going to have. So we want to minus 10 years from today's date. We'll do the same thing, equal to EDATE. So the start date is today's date, comma, minus 10 times 12, close our bracket, and this is what we have. So moving on to the next one, DATEDIF. So DATEDIF actually calculates the difference between two dates, the difference in days, months, and years, whichever way you want it. So now we have our start date and we have our end date. We want to calculate the difference between these 2 years. We want it in years, not months. So in years, for years, we'll say equal to DATEDIF. So unlike the other formulas, and once you type it, it will pop up, but this particular one doesn't pop up. So you have to finish typing it and then open your bracket as well before you can even say something like that. So we'll say DATEDIF, open bracket. Then we'll select our start date, comma, our end date, comma. So because we want it to return the years between them, we would say Y in quotes. I'll close our brackets. So the Y there stands for years. So it's 25 years. So we want to get the months between them. So we'll say equal to DATEDIF, open bracket, start date, comma, end date, comma, then months, M for months, close bracket. Remember to add your quotes. Press enter. So for days as well, we'll do the same thing, but this time around it's going to be D. So say equal to DATEDIF, open bracket, your start date, end date, comma, D, then close our bracket, press enter. So this is the days between this. So moving on to the next. Okay, let's say this is somebody's date of birth and the person is clocked 25 in July. So from July to now is a couple of months. So we want to calculate those months and also the days as well, because this is second and obviously today is 24th. So there are some months and days after the person must have clocked at 25. So we want to calculate the months and the days. So but for the year we'll repeat the same thing. DATEDIF, open brackets, the start date, end date, Y, close our bracket. But now for the month, we would say equal to DATEDIF, open bracket, start date, comma, end date. So this time around, we'll see YM. So this is saying divide by the year and then return the months left. So we'll press enter. So it's 3 months. So the person is 25 years, 3 months, and they want to calculate the days. So we'll do the same thing, say equal to DATEDIF, open bracket, start date, end date, ND. So we're saying divide by months and return the days left. So we'll close our brackets. And this is it. So that's for date function. So I have a few practical questions here we can just play with. So for the first one, let's say for instance you're analyzing customers' birth dates for a loyalty program, and then you were asked to extract the date, the month, and the year from 15th of March 1998. So it's very simple, just say equal to day select the cell and then click enter. So we'll do same for month. And then for year as well. So this is also the same. Say from the date, use formula to display only month and year. So we are doing this for just month. Close bracket. And then equal, do same for year as well. Close the bracket. So now this student was born on 24th year of August 2010. So we need to find the age of that student. So this is today's date, right? And this is the person's age. So we want to get the difference between these two. So the person's age is equally the start date and today's date is the end date. So we'll just say equal to DATEDIF, open brackets, the start date, comma, the end date, comma. We want to get the year, so we'll just say Y. And then close our brackets. So the student is 15 years old. So moving on to the next, let's say, okay, you work in a school and need to calculate important academic dates. So the first term started 12th of September 2024. You're asked to add 90 days to find the 10th end date. So we'll just say, there are two ways, either you type out the dates on another cell, so you just select it, or you just do it this way. You say equal to dates. So the year is 2024, comma, the month is 9, comma, and then the date is 12. So we'll close the bracket and then we add 90 days, just add 90, press enter. So this is the date. And then for the next one, we are doing basically the same thing, but this one we are adding 1 year. And for year or month, like I said earlier on, you use EDATE. You can't use basic addition and subtraction. You can only use that for days. So I already typed out the date on another cell. So I'll just go ahead and impute my formula. So equal to EDATE. The start date, this is the start date, comma. So 1 year is equal to 12 months. So just type 12 and then close the bracket. So this is the answer. And then the last question says the student registered on 18th of May 2023, subtract 30 days to find when registration opened. So we'll just say equal to, like I said earlier on, you can decide to type out this date on another cell, or you just go ahead and use date and type the year 2023, comma, the month is May 05, and then the day is 18. Close the bracket. So we want to subtract 30, say minus 30. So that's the answer. So let's just take a recap. What we did, we calculated today, now, day, month, year, and then also dates. And then we also use the EDATE to subtract for months. And then we said for days, we would do the normal addition and subtraction. But when it comes to months, would actually use EDATE to do your subtraction or addition. Likewise, the year as well, you use the EDATE, but you have to convert your year to months. And then for the date diff, basically your start date, your end date, and then whatever you want to return. If it's the year, you just put it in quotes. If it's the month, you do that. So yeah, that's basically it for date functions. So these date functions can be very useful, especially if you're someone who works with time-based data sets very well in Excel. And that's it for today's video, guys. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video, and thanks for watching. Bye.